As we approach the NBA trade deadline, the Los Angeles Lakers have to make a move immediately. The trade deadline this year is February 10th, and with that date around the corner, there's a new player that just entered the open trade market that right now is getting a lot of attention, and I want the Lakers to try and get him. We're going to be talking about Goran Dragic, the Dragon of the Toronto Raptors. I believe a trade between the Raptors and the Lakers, I would love it, and I believe it'll help both teams. This is the biggest news we've gotten so far about Goran Dragic, and that Goran is drawing great interest on the NBA trade market. And if you go into depth, it says the Raptors are finding great interest before the NBA trade deadline. Of course, right now we're hearing that a lot of teams are targeting Goran from the Raptors, and from the Raptors are saying he's gonna almost guaranteed be traded before February 10th. So now to the big question, how can the Lakers get him? What is the perfect trade scenario? Let's talk about this. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So if you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about Goran Dragic going to the Los Angeles Lakers. After being a part of a sign and trade this offseason, sending Kyle Lowry to the Heat, and then of course sending Goran to the Raptors, the moment the trade happened, Goran Dragic even expressed himself saying he wasn't happy going to Toronto and doesn't plan on staying. The trade happened in August, and the report came out that Goran Dragic said he prefers not to stay with Toronto Raptors, and then of course for me personally as a Raptor fan, I was very disappointed that somebody new to our team that's pretty good didn't want to be here. Of course, with that news, so much negativity arose as Goran Dragic in Toronto began to get so much hate and criticism, and then ultimately, he had to drop an apology saying this. My message basically to all Toronto fans is I would like to apologize. It didn't come out the right way. I know they love their team and they should be proud. It is one of the best organizations in the NBA. They've already won a championship and I didn't. So what I said, it really was not appropriate. I've always been professional. You can ask a bunch of people. Everywhere I've played, wherever I'm going to play, I'm going to be professional and do my job. I love basketball, I love to play, and I'm going to give 100% wherever I play. Right now I'm with Toronto, and that's my main thing to think about. I'm glad that Goran Dragic apologized, but honestly his words didn't come true. As of right now, Goran Dragic hasn't played for the Raptors ever since November 13th. And then of course, he got an excuse leave to leave the team on a serious family matter. Hopefully everything is going okay with Goran Dragic when it comes to his family. But now, Goran Dragic has become available in the trade market, and with him on an expiring contract, the Raptors want to trade him immediately as they don't want to lose him just for nothing in open free agency this summer. So this is where the Lakers come in. I believe right now the Lakers need a backup point guard leader that of course can score and space the floor at a high level. And that's exactly what Goran Dragic is. He can be a backup point guard, backup shooting guard, and also has NBA Finals experience that of course he played against the Lakers in 2020 in the NBA bubble. 2 years ago, Goran Dragic helped the Miami Heat go to the NBA Finals and was a big part of their playoff run, averaging nearly 16 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. Goran Dragic was crucial to the leadership and of course the execution at the end of games for the Heat, and I believe the Lakers need that right now. Of course, they have Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, but what they don't have is somebody off the bench that can execute when those stars are sitting. And I believe with the experience Goran has and him admitting he has 0 championships, the Lakers are in pursuit of one, and Goran just might be a great asset that can help them reach that this season. A fun fact to know is that during the offseason after the Lakers won the NBA championship, the Lakers were deciding between Goran Dragic and Montrezl Harrell for a potential mid-level exception contract. Rob Pelinka was interested before, but of course the Miami Heat offered him a 2-year $40 million contract that he couldn't turn down, so he took the most money. But I'm saying the Lakers had interest before and they should have it again. If the Lakers want Goran Dragic from TO, it will be them offering up Talon Horton-Tucker and Kendrick Nunn simply in exchange for Goran Dragic, and I'm going to explain why this trade just makes sense for both sides. On the Raptors' perspective, as I mentioned earlier, Goran Dragic is on an expiring $20 million contract, and in this upcoming offseason, they don't want to lose him for nothing. And in this deal, they get 2 future assets that are still going to be on the roster next year that of course are on very affordable contracts that they can swap out or even trade in this upcoming offseason or next year. With THT getting paid about $10 million per year in the next upcoming 2 seasons, THT is the primetime piece in this deal. The Lakers have been very vocal this year on saying they want to trade away talent Horton Tucker because he's not living up to expectation, and right now with the Lakers using him as their backup playmaker, backup point guard, Goran Dragic in a championship mentality is a big time upgrade. He has the experience, almost 15 years more than THT, as Goran Dragic is turning 36 years old. On the Lakers' perspective, I do see a closing lineup where they can go super small ball and play Russell Westbrook point guard, Goran Dragic shooting guard, even Malik Monk small forward, or if they want more defense, Avery Bradley, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. And then of course with Goran Dragic right now in his career where he knows he can't be the main ball handler and more of a floor spacer, his 3-point shooting is going to be an elite addition to this team. I am saying it's going to be smart for the Lakers to target Goran Dragic in a championship mentality, and oh boy, this would be the deal to get it done. The Raptors get young assets while the Lakers get championship aspiration player. But I simply do want to add a better case scenario where the Lakers don't end up trading talent Horton Tucker or Kendrick Nunn. I want to add the scenario that the Toronto Raptors end up not finding a suitable deal, which means Goran Dragic could potentially be bought out. And this is where the Lakers swoop right in and then of course target him via the buyout market. The Lakers have been a very popular team in the past, targeting players in the market, especially when it comes to a buyout. When talking about last season, they ended up signing Andre Drummond to a buyout after he got bought out by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then of course they even went for Ben McLemore, who ended up leaving the Houston Rockets and of course playing lights out right now for the Trailblazers as a role player. And Goran Dragic is no different, with him being on a $20 million deal and especially on an expiring contract. The team that ends up trading for him has to understand the risk that the possibility of Goran Dragic actually leaving. It's actually a big possibility, and then of course with that possibility and risk being there, that might just lower the interest in the market for Goran Dragic, because a team that trades for him has to at least be willing to offer him a contract extension, because if they don't, he's out of there. So this is more of a dream come true favorite scenario where the Lakers end up getting lucky, where the Toronto Raptors find no suitable trades for Goran Dragic, and then Goran Dragic demands a buyout, loses some money, and then of course requests to join a championship contender. On the Lakers' perspective, if this were to come to play, I do believe they have to be in a better position in the standings, because Goran Dragic can simply go to any other team that's doing better and thinks for him has a better chance to win an actual championship, as he had none right now. But overall, the best case scenario is Goran Dragic getting bought out by the Raptors and then the Lakers getting him for a cheap minimum rest of the year contract in the buyout market. So yes guys, this wraps up my video. We're talking about the Lakers going for Goran Dragic. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe this is a good move for the Lakers, or do you believe Goran is too old, or they should go for somebody else? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!
I got